Some men believe cheating is just a slip-up, a careless mistake, a single moment where emotions take over. But the truth runs deeper. Some women are wired to stray, not because they're cruel, not because they don't care, but because their emotional patterns make loyalty nearly impossible. They're not plotting to hurt you. They just follow a script they've repeated for years. And if you don't recognize that script, you'll be stuck asking yourself, what did I do wrong? While she's already moved on to the next chapter. Today, we're unpacking the truth behind the types of women who are most likely to cheat, not out of evil intent, but out of habit, emptiness, or emotional hunger. You may have met one already. Maybe she was magnetic, charming in public, but distant when the crowd disappeared. You gave your best, your time, your loyalty, your energy, and yet it was never enough. That's not your failure. It's a warning. In Stoicism, we don't blame. We observe, we learn, we adapt. So pay close attention, because if you miss the signs, you might lose years of your life chasing someone who was never truly yours. If you've ever ignored red flags in love, what did it cost you? Tap like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Let's get into it. 1. The attention addict. She's always hungry for more. Some women don't crave love. They crave the spotlight. They'll say they want a loyal man, a man who puts them first, who shows up, stays true, and treats them like a queen. But here's the problem. Once they have him, it still isn't enough, because love doesn't fuel them. Attention does. You could give her your time, your trust, your full heart. But the second she steps out the door, she needs eyes on her. She wants every man in the room to notice. And if they don't, she'll make sure they do. At first, you think she's just confident. She's bubbly, fun, magnetic. She knows how to light up a room. But soon, you realize she doesn't just enjoy attention, she feeds off it. You'll notice her Instagram is filled with photos that feel less like memories and more like bait. She constantly brings up how guys stare at her, how they slide into her DMs, how funny it is that men can't resist her. She flirts just enough to stay on the edge, 1 foot in commitment, 1 foot in fantasy. And the worst part, she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. To her, flirting isn't cheating. Keeping guys around isn't disloyal. It's just attention, a normal part of life. But to you, it's a warning. You might believe, if I just love her enough, she won't need anyone else. But that's not how it works, because what she's chasing isn't connection, it's validation. The same way some people get addicted to dopamine from likes, from drugs, from gambling, she's addicted to the thrill of being wanted. And here's where it gets dangerous. The more you give, the less she feels it. Your compliments lose power. Your affection fades into the background. Why? Because of the law of diminishing returns. At first, your attention lights her up, but eventually she becomes numb to it. So she starts looking elsewhere, not necessarily to cheat, but to feel something again. She keeps male friends around. She lets DMS linger a little too long. She flirts with strangers just to feel the rush. She doesn't plan to cross the line, but over time, she edges closer. Then one day, she meets someone new, a co-worker who flatters her, an ex who says she still looks amazing, a stranger who buys her a drink, and suddenly, that old high comes back. She tells herself, it's just fun, no harm done. But inch by inch, she moves the line, until one day she crosses it. And when you finally find out, she's shocked that you're upset. To her, it wasn't betrayal. It was about chasing a feeling she thought she lost. Now here's the Stoic truth. You can't fix someone who doesn't see the problem. You can't love away her addiction to attention. No matter how stable you are, no matter how much effort you give, because the issue isn't you, it's the emptiness inside her that no amount of devotion can fill. And the longer you stay, the more invisible you'll become. The Stoic path? Know when to walk away before you lose yourself trying to be enough for someone who can never be satisfied. Ever been with someone who made you feel like you were competing with the whole world for her attention? Tap like, hit subscribe, and tell your story in the comments. 2. The one who gets bored in every relationship. Some women fall in love hard and fast. They crave the spark, the butterflies, the late-night talks, the rush of something new. In the beginning, she's all in. She texts you non-stop, tells you she's never felt this way. You feel like the center of her world, and for a while, it's magical. But then, something shifts. It's not because you did anything wrong. You didn't change. You didn't fail. She just got bored. At first, she won't even admit it. Not to you, not to herself. She keeps pretending, posting happy couple photos, saying, I love you. But deep down, she's restless. She pulls away slowly, texts less, seems distant. You ask what's wrong. She says, I'm fine. But her eyes say otherwise. Some women aren't built for stillness. They say they want something real. Loyalty, stability, commitment. But when they get it, they don't know how to handle it. Because deep down, they've been wired for chaos. Maybe she grew up in a home where love came with shouting, silent treatments, and emotional roller coasters. Or maybe all her past relationships were toxic and unpredictable. Drama felt normal. Stability felt foreign. So when she meets a good man, one who is kind, steady, and emotionally grounded, she doesn't feel safe. She feels bored, and that boredom, it starts whispering dangerous things. Is this all there is? Do I still have it? Where's the thrill? She starts chasing excitement again. Maybe she flirts, just to feel wanted. Maybe she picks fights, just to feel alive. Maybe she starts going out more, reaching back for that single girl adrenaline. She tells herself it's harmless, But then she meets someone who brings back the spark. An old friend, a flirty co-worker, a guy who looks at her the way you used to. At first, it's just conversation, then emotional connection, then the boundaries start to blur, and eventually, she cheats. Not because she stopped loving you, but because she doesn't know how to love without chaos. Here's the part that's hardest to hear. You can't fix her. It's not about you being more exciting, more mysterious, more anything. Because this isn't about you. It's about her addiction to emotional intensity. Even if you become unpredictable, she'll still get bored. Even if you give her space, she'll still wander. No matter what you do, eventually the calm will drive her away. Because women like this mistake peace for emptiness, mistake consistency for dullness, mistake your loyalty for lack of passion. And so she burns it all down, just to feel the thrill again. The Stoic truth? You are not her fixer. You are not her emotional rehab center. You're a man walking the path of clarity and self-mastery. And that means knowing when to stay and when to walk away. If a woman is addicted to chaos, she will destroy any good thing she touches, including you. Don't let your peace become her playground. Don't sacrifice your sanity just to keep her entertained. You deserve more than that. Walk away before her boredom becomes your downfall. Have you ever been with someone who confused peace for boredom? Tap like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. 3. The serial cheater. She doesn't want to change. Some women don't cheat because they're confused, or lonely, or heartbroken. They cheat because it's what they do. It's not a mistake. It's a pattern. She's cheated before. She got caught. She cried, said she was sorry, swore it would never happen again. And then she did it again. Why? Because to her, cheating is a power move. It's not about love or passion. It's about control. She gets a rush from crossing the line, from knowing she can lie and get away with it. This isn't a one-time error. It's compulsive. Psychologists call it what it is: a lack of empathy, an addiction to manipulation. She doesn't feel guilt. She doesn't feel shame. If she's married, she'll still cheat. If you give her your heart, she'll still betray you. And when it happens, she'll say, "I wasn't happy. I felt ignored. It just happened." But it didn't just happen. It's who she is. And the sooner you accept that, the less damage she'll do. Don't fall for her tears. Don't believe her promises. Because if you stay, you're not her partner. You're just her next victim. Have you ever ignored the warning signs because you believed in her potential? Tap like, hit subscribe, and share your experience in the comments. 4. The party girl who never learned to slow down. There's a kind of woman who lives for the night. Clubs, flashing lights, loud music, and the buzz of being noticed by strangers. At first, she's thrilling, fun, adventurous, always chasing the next good time. She lights up every room, spontaneous, wild, hard to resist. But there's a hidden truth. She's not just chasing fun, she's addicted to freedom. And to her, commitment feels like a trap. She might say she's ready to settle down. She might even believe it. But her actions say otherwise, because she still craves the unknown. The problem isn't that she goes out, it's what she does when she does. She drinks until her memory blurs. She dances like she's single. She flirts with guys she barely knows. And she tells you you're overreacting. It's just dancing. Don't be so controlling. I didn't cheat, I was just drunk. But the truth is, she's constantly walking the line, and one day she'll cross it. Not all women who party are disloyal, but if her entire life revolves around attention, avoiding responsibility, and living for the moment, she's not built for love. Because to her, love isn't about loyalty. It's just another thrill. And once something more exciting shows up, she's gone. A Stoic man sees this for what it is, not a mystery to solve, not a woman to fix, but a storm to step away from. Because no matter how strong you are, you can't build peace with someone who thrives in chaos. Ever tried to love someone who feared stability? Tap like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. 5. The one who keeps her ex in the picture. If a woman says she's moved on, but still keeps her ex in her life, you need to understand something. That door hasn't closed. She might say, "We're just friends. He was a big part of my past. You're being insecure." But here's the truth. If she respected you and your relationship, that connection would have ended. When a woman keeps texting her ex, brings him up often, or holds on to that old emotional bond, she's not fully present with you. She's got one foot in the past and the other pretending to walk forward. Why does she keep him around? Because deep down, she doesn't want to let go. It's not just about friendship, it's about keeping a fallback plan. Think of it like this. Keeping an ex in your life is like keeping a fire extinguisher in a room with no fire. Why is it there? Because part of her expects something to burn. And if you believe she'd never cheat with him, remember, cheating starts in the mind, long before it happens in the body. It begins with a late night, "How are you?" A text saying, "I miss how we used to be." A wave of nostalgia. That turns into curiosity, and eventually, temptation. Even if she doesn't act on it physically, she's still emotionally elsewhere. She's keeping a safety net. And that means she was never fully yours to begin with. Most men think they can fix this, that if they love her harder, prove themselves more, she'll forget about him. But here's the Stoic truth. Some women aren't built for loyalty. Some crave attention. Some need chaos. And some always leave a back door open. Ignore the signs, and you'll waste years chasing someone who was never all in. A Stoic man doesn't beg for closure. He doesn't compete with ghosts. He observes, accepts, and walks away before he becomes the fool. Have you ever felt like you were sharing her heart with someone from her past? Tap like, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, take care and see you in the next video.